Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, everybody? We are back with another stream today. Um, as we are preparing for these 7 games today. One moment here. Oops. Okay. We're back. Hope everybody's doing well today. Gonna be looking to get right into it. Definitely hope everybody is well. Like I posted in the community tab earlier today, I went 5-10-1 from last night. I had a void because Valachunas I got traded. Excuse me. So yeah, I got my little bit of money back. But yeah, 5 wins. A couple of them, maybe 3 or 4 of them missed by 1. That sucked to see that happen. More so like the team total overs and unders, like one. I think one specific one missed by. I think it was the Sacramento Kings for them to go over 111.5, and they finished with 111 on the nose. Excuse me. There was a couple other ones that just didn't go through. I even put this one in late for rebounds. Edie, Ware, and Richards all to get 8 rebounds. Richards finished with 6. So just like, man, like that sucked. Like, yeah. So that one didn't go through. Like I said, Joseph Valachunas, he voided because he got traded. A lot of interesting trades. The most interesting one that I found for today was Hunter for the Hawks. He got traded to the Cavs for Niang and Karis LeVert. I was just like, man, like, okay. Oh yeah, the Suns to go under their team total points 106.5. They scored 109 points, so that one missed. CJ McCollum, I had him going over his PRAs 29.5. He finished with he went under like 20, 28 or something like that. Let me double check. Let me go back to the game and look real quick. Like I said, we're just recapping real quick, and then we're gonna dive into the picks for today. So yeah, 19 points. He finished with 23, so he was 7 off. Just like, man, that didn't hit. John Collins came through. He had 8. He put him down for 17.5. He finished with, if I remember, it was 20 plus, right? No, he finished with 19. So just literally just a couple of points over. The over for the Bulls and the Timberwolves that hit. They scored 235 points. It was 226.5. It was just more so just because I was looking at what they were doing over the last 5 games as far as their scoring was concerned, more so than what they were doing against each other. There were a lot of overs. There were like so there was 11 games, so there were literally like 7 or 8 games that went over. So if you had taken an over on a lot of these games, you cashed great. It was a plethora of ways to win money last night. That to me, this is NBA. Like, if it's gonna be the style of the play of the game, this is how it should be. A lot of high scores, a lot of cash just balling out. And then in the midst of that, trades happening and stuff like that. So today was the last day. 3 p.m. was the last the last little bit of time that organizations had to put in, their spot to get a player, trade a player, send a player, whatever. So that's that. I also had the 76ers to go over their team total points 107.5. They finished with 101, if I remember correctly. Let's go on back and look at this again. Yeah, 101 against the Miami Heat. Miami scored 108. The other one that I did have over, that was a part of the lock pick. Both my lock picks did not hit. Both of them went 0-2. Both. I had the Pistons. That was another one. Pistons to go over to score 116 points. They finished with 115, and for the Hornets to score 106 points. If I remember correctly, I think it was 105.5. They scored 102, so Milwaukee shut them down. So yeah. I think I can't remember. So that's pretty much all of the John Morant, 22.5. He finished with 26. So that was a good pick. The Brooklyn Nets, that came through. It was for them to go under 109 points. They finished with 102. So that was good. I didn't see Washington scoring 119 points last night. But it is what it is. They just did some trading too, just before the deadline. So, De'Aaron Fox came through for me, 6.5 assists. He finished with 7. He finished with 7 on the nose, so that worked out for that pick. I think that was everything. But yeah, the Pistons and the Hornets were my 2 lock picks to go over their team total points, and they went. Like I said, it could have went 1-1. Pistons just needed one more bucket or just a free throw or something. That would have hit. So that's that. But let's dive into our 2 lock picks real quick, and then we'll dive into the other picks that I have. May look to do another one. I'm trying to breeze and run through all of this, just because I'm actually washing my clothes next door in the laundry room next door. So I probably have maybe another half hour before the dryer is done. I did take the Brooklyn Nets spread -5. They got blown out on the road. Like I said, didn't see Washington scoring 119. So we'll see what happens now that Kuzma's not there. We will see. So 2 lock picks for today are 2 players to get assists. Let's dive into this real quickly, and then we'll dive into the other several picks that I have. First up, I went with the Rockets. I went with Jalen Green to go over his assists. Now let's see where the line is at now currently, once I get to the spot here. Okay, so it's still where it's sitting. Now I'm upset once again. This is now at plus 100. I got it over on FanDuel this morning, early in the morning at minus 120. It's sitting at plus 100, so I'm upset. Same thing, FanDuel. Main reason is because he's hit this mark 70% of the time. He's averaging 3.7, basically four assists the last 10 games, and just under 4 assists the last 5 games, hitting this mark 3 out of the last 5. But against the shooting guard position themselves, they're actually allowing 5.5. They're allowing 6 assists. So that's the main reason why I decided to go with this here. Head-to-head matchup, he's averaging 4.6, and actually the number 46 is my favorite number. So that's the reason why it's part of my name, which is Vortex46. Definitely go follow me over on Twitter on Vortex46 so that you will see these picks once I put them up after the stream. But he's hit this mark 3 out of the last 5 games in a head-to-head matchup against the Timberwolves. And in the most recent game at Minnesota, which was earlier this year, back in November, basically the beginning of the year, he only finished with 2. So we'll see if he can get these 4 assists, these dimes for his teammates. The other one up, I decided to rely on an Orlando Magic player. I kind of stayed off of betting and picking the Orlando Magic team, the play, well, at least more so the any of the players. For the team, I've been trying to rely on. They just haven't done anything. They finally showed up last night, right? How many points did they score? What was it, 130? It's on the road, right? Yeah, it was on the road against the Kings. They had 130 points. That's what it was. They played defense, good defense enough to stop the Kings from getting that extra point. Again, 111 and a half to go over the team total points. They stopped them from getting that extra bucket. So, but they scored 130 points. They actually balled out. Franz had 31 points. Bonchero had 23. He had 9 assists. Bataze had 14 points, seven rebounds. Cole had 14 points. So, bench wise, Silva had 11, Black had 15. So it was just like they actually did their job. While Zach LaVine sucked, he only had 13 points. So that's that. But needless to say, speaking of Franz, I decided to go with his assists, and it's actually one higher than Green. 4.5 is still sitting here. Same thing. This dipped. It got better value. So I'm kind of like wondering if this is actually going to cash now because it's plus 110. I got over on FanDuel again early this morning, minus 120. That was the value when I grabbed it. Main reason, not so much as these last several games, but it's more so the actual their defense. They're allowing 4 per the small forward position. They're just one shot. That's the main reason why I grabbed it. I was like, like he's struggling more so because again the team is down. They're struggling to do anything. So he had 3 last night, but he had 5 the game before. He's currently averaging 4. So I just decided to just say screw it. I'm gonna take this big gamble because if it would have been different if they were allowing say 7 assists, 8 assists per the position, maybe even 6. But I said it's one off, so it's basically 2 off, right? Again, he if he were to get 4 and he just needed 1 more, that's the extra one. So that's what I'm saying. Like I just decided to just say screw it, just grab this. So that's pretty much that pick. Now, moving on to another player prop that I decided to go with. That's not a lock pick for today. The Warriors, where are y'all? Are at the Lakers. Usually, when the Warriors and Lakers ball, for the most part, they ball, right? But they just traded some players. You may want to possibly consider. They just grabbed Jimmy for Andrew Wiggins and I forgot the other player at the time. But yeah, it's just like they're down players, so you may want to consider taking their team total under for points. And it kind of sucks that this trade happened. So now it's just like, are they going to go under this 107.5 tonight? We can look at that real quickly before we go with this player prop for this game. They only went under 3 times over the last 10 games, 2 times over the last 5. The Lakers are allowing 112 points. Head-to-head matchup, they've gone over every time. So it's like, do you really want to consider still taking this, or do you want to do, the over, which is probably 108? Yeah, so 108.5 will be the over because again, in a head-to-head matchup, they've gone over this 108, basically 109, 83%, and they, like I said, gone over to 60% and even 60% between the last 5 to 10 games. So it's really up to you if you want to make a decision to do something like that. Just because the roster is down right now, can the Lakers still play some decent defense tonight? But the player prop that I decided to grab was this specific player. This is my first time betting on him. Let's see if he's available here. He might not be. Actually, he is. It's Dorian Finney-Smith, and I decided to go with his rebounds. Where is your rebound, sir? Where are your rebounds? There we go. So it's still sitting at the same spot. Didn't move. Did the value get it? The value, once again, it dipped to a positive plus 100. I grabbed it over on originally because this was the best value. It was minus 110 over on DraftKings. This is the only thing, a lot of times as a bettor, you want to get the these positive 100s. I love taking positive 100s because sometimes they hit. More than anything. Um, but when I grab a lot of my picks early hours, say sometimes I wake up at one in the morning, 2 in the morning, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just, especially if I'm off, like I'm off the next day, I'll just start putting picks in that early in the morning. Um, uh, like I'm off tomorrow, so I'm probably, if I wake up in the morning and say 3 in the morning, I might just hop on to the sports books or hop on the outlier here and just see and just look at some stuff and just put some stuff in for these games, because I think there's like 9 or maybe between 7 and 9 games tomorrow. But excuse me, needless to say, this specific pick, again, minus 110 over on DraftKings, over 4 to get 5 rebounds against the Golden State Warriors. He struggled to get 5, right? He's only averaging these specific numbers, but it's more so the position they're allowing 7. There are just times where you want to look at stuff and be like, you could fade him. You technically could. It's minus 120 right now. Now it was probably minus 120 somewhere else, or minus 115 maybe. But you could technically fade him for the 4.5. And he only grabbed. Last game he had 4. He may do it again. He may only have 4 tonight. But I just looked at it. I was like, hey, they're allowing 7 per the position, so I would rather take the chance that he grabs at least 5 tonight, and then he just goes back down on his slump the next few games. So I just said, screw it. I'm just gonna just go ahead and take this and see what happens. Sorry for my voice. Excuse me. Just kind of struggling to talk right now. Next up. Excuse me. I decided to go against and fade the Dallas Mavericks here. Team total points on the road at Boston. For them to go under their team total points, 109.5. Now it's minus 105 here, so it well, actually minus 104. Now it looked like it was saying bet 365, but it's on FanDuel. Now I ended up grabbing this again early in the morning. I was on my way to work. I grabbed this at minus 110 on DraftKings. They have hit this mark 50% half and half, 40% these last games. But again, the main reason why I'm grabbing this, because I want to take the chance. Boston may actually start to play some better defense. They're at home. They won the last game on the road against the Cavs. They had a day of rest, if I remember. Let me just make sure that I'm reading this right. Yeah, they had a day of rest. So I just said, even per the trend here, anytime they've gone under, or anytime Dallas is going over, it looks like per a trend they've gone over it again. But again, they're playing against a Boston Celtics team that is just barely allowing 108. Well, they're just shy of 109 points. So, and per the matchup itself, it's hitting at 63%. The last couple of times that they played against the Celtics, even on the road, this has hit 3 out of the last 4 games alone on the road. So that's like the main reason why I decided to take this pick and see what happens. Because also too, Anthony Davis is not playing. And I don't know. Let me see. Let me check the injuries real quick. I just want to double check here. Dallas is down. Anthony, Lively, Martin had just got traded there. Powell's still, and then PJ. Drew Holiday's the only game time decision. So that's why I'm saying, like, because they're down a plethora of players, plus the new teammates and stuff like that, I just kind of have that feeling that they may possibly score over 100 points tonight, but not that 110. So we'll see what happens with this pick later tonight. Next up, another team total over. And I just want to let you know, too, that I decided to parlay the team total points over and under. So it's a 4-pick over on BetMGM. So all of the ones that I'm talking about, I parlayed on a ticket. Uh, the one that I did last night did not go through. It missed by 2, so it went 2 for 2. So that's that one, if I remember, or 1 and 3, something like that. Next up, back to the Houston Rockets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I decided to rely on the Rockets to go over this 107.5. I got this over on DraftKings. Pretty much, I think all of my team total overs and unders were on DraftKings today. So this dipped down 10 points. I got it at minus 115 over on DraftKings. It dipped down to minus 105 over on BetMGM. They've hit this mark 60% of the time. The last 10 games, 40% of the time. But per a trend, you can look at it here. They've gone. Look at you see here. Oh, under, then over, then under, then over, then under. So the last game on the 4th, they went under. So you would think, again, per trend, it would go over. But we'll see what happens with that. But when in the head-to-head matchup, they only hit this mark two out of the last 5 games against Minnesota, and they're only averaging 104 points. But Minnesota is actually allowing 108 on the nose. So, and even in the last 2 games alone this season, they've gone over these 2 team total points. So that's the main reason why I decided to take this one, specifically this here for this season, and definitely for the team itself per their defense, the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up, player prop. Back to the player prop. I decided to go on ahead and rely on the homie Michael Porter Jr. all over again. I was kind of up in the air about this one. I was trying to find something else that I wanted to take, but I said, screw it. I'm just going to go on ahead and rely on the young man here for his points for him to go over. This actually dipped up a point. I actually grabbed it at 18.5. So you are getting a positive at plus 105 if you decide to tail this pick. But I got him going over 18.5, minus 120 over on FanDuel. He's struggling to score, basically. He's averaging 20.6 over the last 10 games. Last 5 games, 25, though, over the last 5 games. Hitting this mark 3 out of the last 5. He had 30-plus points the last 2 games alone. And per the position, they're only allowing 18 points. Is the Orlando Magic defense. So that's why I took it mainly. It's not so much just the fact that he had 30 plus points these last couple of games. It's just the fact that they are allowing 18 points on the nose here. So I figure that he has the chance of at least hitting 19 tonight. If he just finishes on 19, I'll be great. I'll be definitely disappointed if he finishes with 18 or something like that, or close to it, like 17 or something. So we'll see what happens with this pick, but that's the pick that I decided to go with here for this one. Next up, back to the Golden State Warriors. There was a reason why I brought it up I decided to go with it. I took it this morning, and I'm actually fading because I'm taking a risk, because I basically mentioned it earlier. I'm fading the Golden State Warriors team total points because, again, per the team, they're down, they only have specific players playing tonight, this, that, third, they just lost Wiggins and a couple other players, and, so I decided to say, hey, they went up the last game, scoring 128 on the road at Utah, but because they're back at home, they're on the road here, and they've gone over this the whole time. That's the main reason. I sat back, I said, man, they've gone over this number the whole entire time that they've played the Lakers, because they, like I said, mostly every time that the Lakers and the Warriors have been playing against each other the last maybe couple of seasons, they've been balling out. A lot of high scoring and everything, right? The overs have gone over a few games too, so that might be something you would consider, say, for the next time they play against each other, if they play against each other next. But tonight, I decided to fade them because they've gone over this number every single game, and I'm looking for the Lakers to actually hopefully play some decent defense tonight. So we'll see what happens with that. So, maybe Curry just scores 30 and everybody else kind of just like struggles, but we'll see what happens with this pick. Next up, another team total points. I didn't want to take the spread here because it's one. So this is letting me know that anything can happen, and kind of, we'll see. But I'm actually relying on the Portland Trailblazers. Now, this is something that I found out. This is the main reason why I decided to go with this. I got this over on BetMGM, minus 105. One of my favorite numbers currently, because this one has hit. I think I'm 1-1 with this number, 115.5. I think it hit the one time and then it didn't hit last night. So I'm like 1-1 with this 116, 115.5 for them to go over this, minus 105. This is now sitting minus 105 on FanDuel, but like I said, I got it over on BetMGM. They have hit this mark half and half, 50% of the time, but the last 5 games, 4 out of the last 5 games, 80%. And on top of that, the Sacramento Kings are actually allowing 115.5, 116 on the nose. But the main reason why I picked this, right, this is something that I found out. The Sacramento Kings are on a streak of 11 straight games against the team that on paper they are the favorites. If I remember correctly, per what I found out this today, is that they were 11 straight of allowing the team to score over their team total points. When I heard that, when I found that out, I said, I'm grabbing this right now, because again, the Portland Trailblazers are hot, like sort of kind of red hot right now. They've won, they're on a streak of like 3 or 4 games in a row. Let me double check here just to be on the safe side. They've covered, I believe they covered all the spreads currently. So they are on a 5-game winning streak right now. Literally. So this is the final home stretch here, because they've been at home all this time, and they are 5-1 at home. The last time they lost was against my Oklahoma City Thunder, and they covered that day. It was 13.5. I remember that one. So I'm deciding to rely on the Kings to make this the 12th straight game of them specifically going over this team total points here. I think, all right, just a couple more and we will be moving on. So that's that one. So it's up to you if you want to tell that this team total points for the Portland Trailblazers. Next up, next game, next to last game. Oh, well, actually, last game up. I keep clicking the wrong thing. I'm trying to hurry up because it's almost time for me to go grab my clothes. Next game up, Norman Powell. Points, player prop, points, sitting currently 22.5 on here. Did it go up? It did not. It stayed the same. But I got it. It's the number hasn't even moved. The value hasn't even moved. Minus 111.5. Minus 111 to 22.5. He's hit his marks 60% of the time in the last 10 games, 80% the last 5. Per the position, shooting guard position, they're allowing 26 points. That's like the main reason why, because it's a few points higher than where it's at. And again, he's sort of kind of back in form basically over these last. So, but the only thing is that Indiana has held him to basically 21 points. So it's just 1 point shy, or excuse me, a couple points shy off of him getting the 23. So I've just decided to just go with this one, because again, I want to see if he can get 23 because of this, and on top of that, because they are allowing 26 points per the shooting guard position. And like I said, I mentioned I have the parlay here for the team totals, unders and overs. That is a plus 1173, 1,173 plus value for these 4 team total points to go over and under. So $10 down will get you back over $100. I also did another one, BetMGM. If you click on each game, if you click, if I remember correctly, if you click quarters and then you scroll down, it will say both teams have scored 25 points. And I picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on BetMGM. So you click each game, you scroll over, you click quarters, you look down, and you click on both teams to score in the first quarter. I think they have two of them. I think it's the first and the second quarter. I don't think they have the third and fourth. But these specific teams, I decided to go with. I parlayed it to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leg over on BetMGM. The Dallas Mavericks at Boston minus 190. Houston at Timberwolves plus 160. Orlando at Denver minus 120. Sacramento at Portland minus 225. Golden State at Los Angeles Lakers plus 118, and then Indiana Pacers at Clippers minus 125. That is a plus value of $3,755. $10 down gets you back over $375. That's that one. Rushing because, like I said, my alarm's going to go off in a minute, and I got to get ready to go. Next up, I just said screw it. This is just pretty much looking at stats, looking at players, looking at positions. 4-leg parlay, 4 players to get 25 points. Just more so looking at teams and what they do against, per the position, as what Outlier shows. Amen Thompson, 25 points. Michael Porter Jr., 25 points. Buddy Hield, 25 points. Malik Monk, 25 points. Amen Thompson, this is plus 750. Michael Porter Jr., 400. Buddy Hield, plus 750. Malik Monk, plus 300. This is a 14,000 plus value here. There goes my alarm. Plus 14,000. Actually, sorry. This is a six-figure one. This is plus 100,000. 40. So 100,000. 4,400. That's what it is. So yeah, if you put $1 down, you're getting back. I think it's 1,400 if I remember correctly. So yeah, I just went cents on the dollar to get back a little over $100. So that's that one. And that's that. That's the picks. So all of these picks I'm going to be posting on my Twitter. So like I said, be sure to go follow me over on Twitter at Vortex46 for all of the picks for today. Let's push for some wins tonight. Let's hope for the best. Let's, hopefully get some wins and hopefully make some funds tonight, extra funds or just funds that you need, or, whatever the case, or that you can put off to the side for a rainy day. And hopefully I will talk to y'all with a video for tomorrow morning, roughly 6 a.m. for my recap and 2 lock pick video for that. And then the live stream for tomorrow will more than likely be, let me double check, just want to make sure there's nothing sneaking up on me here for tomorrow. So there's 2, 4, 6, 7 games, back another 7-game stretch. So the live stream will be roughly about 4:30, same time, 4:30, 5 o'clock tomorrow. Probably a little bit more of a easier thing. But other than that, I'm out. Holla at you later, guys. Like, subscribe, whatever, do whatever, and hope that y'all enjoyed this live stream. But I'm out. Holla at y'all later. Stay safe and stay humble. Peace, guys.